Hey there, I'm Brittni Schroeder, and business and marketing are my jam. I'm here to walk you step by step through this crazy thing we call business. I'm a small town girl, chocolate eating, Diet Coke drinking mom, marketing guru, automation Jedi, and all around good time. This is your weekly dose of all things business and life, sprinkled with some fun. This is the Redefine Business Podcast. Welcome to another episode of Redefine Business Podcast. This is another episode in my Life Coach series. We're about to wrap up these Life Coach series podcasts, and then we're going to get back to all things business. I have some awesome guests that I've recorded with, so I'm excited to share those. But I am going to be talking today about the power of failure and how important this is. This is a concept that is both beneficial in business and in life, because it affects us in so many ways, whether we're failing in business or we're failing in relationships or just different areas in our life. Failure is such an important, just like concept and idea when we can reframe it and view it with a positive perspective. I do this presentation. I do it with my nonprofit, and I've done it at schools, and I talk about failure, and I kind of share my story about when I was in high school. I start with when I was in high school and I had tried out for all these sports teams. I was a late bloomer, and, I was a little beanpole, and I was short and uncoordinated, all the things. And I tried out for this like dance team. I think I was like in the 7th or 8th grade, and I didn't make it. And then I tried out for the basketball team. I didn't make it. I tried out for volleyball. I didn't make it. I was tried out for all these different things. And then my mom's like, try out for cheerleader, and I try out and I didn't make it, and drill and didn't make it. I mean, it was a lot of failure. And I remember that time just being so crushed and so devastated because I had all these failures, and it was hard. And when you're a teenager and you are in it, it is earth shattering. It's like, it's really, really hard. But I look back now as an adult, and I'm really like grateful for those failures, and that I learned to fail at a really young age. And I feel like it has made me the person that I am today. I feel like I have a lot of self-confidence, a lot of confidence, a ton of resilience, because I've learned to fail. And so it's interesting, as I've studied and learned failure, I look back at my life and I think more and more like, wow, even though that was hard, and in that time, it seems like that is everything. When you're a teenager, it seems like it's the most important time in your life, but it's not. And it's made me realize, like, it's really helped me so much in life, actually going through really hard things, so it's really important. So today I'm just going to kind of break down failure. And the idea of failure is often seen as something that we should avoid at all costs. And many of us grow up believing that failing is a reflection of our worth or our ability. And this belief can prevent us from trying new things or stepping outside our comfort zone or pursuing our dreams. But what if failure wasn't something to be feared? What if instead it was embraced as this crucial component of growth and self-confidence? What if we could look at it that way? Failure needs to be reframed as one of the most powerful tools for personal development. It's a necessary stepping stone towards success, whether in business or in life. And when we change our perspective on it, we develop self-confidence and become the person that we were meant to be. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but failure is one of the most desirable outcomes we can experience. Second only to success itself. Obviously, we all want success, but it is what we want. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to get to why it is the second best outcome. But failure is just such an important component of self-confidence, because it demonstrates that we are willing to take risks, try new things, and grow. When we embrace the possibility of failure, we're signaling to ourselves and others that we believe in our ability to handle whatever may arise. Whether we succeed or fail, just the mere act of trying is a reflection of our resilience and determination. Self-confidence is not just about feeling good when things go well. It's about trusting yourself enough to take action, even when the outcome is uncertain. Many people a lot of times lower their expectations because they don't want to avoid failing. We might not push ourselves as hard, or we might not try different things because we have this fear of failure, right? And so we have lower expectations. And I think of in my life, a lot of times there's things that I don't do or I don't try because I have this belief like, oh, I'm going to fail. So I might not even try that, right? So we shy away from taking risks because we don't want to feel discomfort or disappointment. But ironically, this avoidance strategy, a lot of times it leads to long-term disappointment because we can get stuck and we can get complacent and we start to fail to make progress towards our goals because we're stuck, right? So if you truly want to succeed, you have to get really, really good at failing. When you're willing to fail and open to learning from your failures, you're far more likely to reach your goals. And the mindset shift is what separates people who continually grow from those who remain stuck. And I think that there is an aspect of humility there too, is when you fail, owning it. And instead of blaming on somebody else and just thinking, oh, that just, is going to happen. But like self-reflect and say, okay, what could I do different? What could I learn from this experience? Like, how can I be better? What are things that I can do that can make this situation better, or try harder, or practice, or work on ourselves? And this is very applicable in relationships too. When we have a relationship that is a failure or isn't working, instead of trying to blame it on other people, what can we do different to change the outcome? What are things that we can work on? And I think humility and self-reflection is a huge part of that. So back to failure, there are 4 possible outcomes we can experience in life when it comes to failure, and understanding them, it helps us see where failure fits into the bigger picture. So the first one, the outcome, is success. And this is obviously the outcome that we all want and desire. When we succeed, we achieve our goals and we feel the sense of accomplishment. Success really boosts our confidence and it propels us forward. But success isn't something that just happens. And I think sometimes people think that, but it's often the result of repeated failures that taught us valuable lessons along the way. And I always say, if you want to succeed, you fail more than you succeed. And the more you fail, the more you succeed. And so people, when you have success, it's a lot of times it's because you have failed and it has pushed you to be better and to succeed. Okay, so that's the first outcome, is success. The second one is failure. Failure, surprisingly, is the second most desirable outcome. You might be asking why. That doesn't make sense, but it's because failure means you tried. You took action, you put the energy out, you put yourself out there. Failure shows that you have the courage to try things and to grow, and it brings you one step closer to eventually getting to the success that you really desire. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, adjust, and improve. Let me repeat that. That's such a good one. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, adjust, and improve if you open yourself up to it. So the next outcome is giving up. And giving up is when we let discomfort or fear take over. It's when we allow the negative emotions associated with failure to convince us that we can't or we shouldn't keep trying. Giving up a lot of times stems from this fear of what others think or the belief that we're not capable of achieving our goals. While giving up may provide a temporary relief from discomfort, it really robs us of the chance to experience growth and long-term satisfaction. That is giving up right there. Okay, then the fourth and last outcome is inaction, and this is the worst outcome. When we don't even try, we deny ourselves the possibility of growth. Inaction is often driven by fear, and fear of failure, fear of discomfort, or fear of the unknown. But not trying, we eliminate any chance of success. Inaction guarantees that we will stay exactly where we are, and it ensures that we will never know what we are truly capable of. So inaction is not where you want to be. You want to take action. And this goes hand in hand with self-confidence. If you don't have the confidence, you don't take action, right? And so you don't want that outcome and you don't want to be stuck. You want to make an effort. You want to fail. It's okay to fail. Many of the most successful people in history credit their achievements to the lessons they learned through failure. I love this quote by Thomas Edison. He said, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Each failure brought him closer to inventing the light bulb, which was a world-changing success, right? And I love that perspective. When we continue to fail, we continue to grow. Every failure gives us new insights and opportunities for improvement. Each time we try something and it doesn't work out, we gain a deeper understanding of what does and doesn't lead to success. Over time, the process of trial and error refines our skills and it sharpens our strategies and it builds our resilience. So it's a learning opportunity. Failure is always a learning opportunity. In fact, the more we embrace failure, the more likely we are to experience success. Why? Because those who are willing to fail are also the ones who are willing to take action. They're the ones who keep moving, even in the face of setbacks. And action, as we know, is the foundation of progress. I think a lot of times we look at people who are really successful and we might have this disbelief that, oh, everything comes so easy for them, or they have all the success, but that's not true. They probably have more failure than anybody, but it just seems like they're always succeeding. And that is an illusion. That's not reality, right? When we avoid failure, it comes with a high cost. When we shy away from failure, we also shy away from growth. People who avoid failure often end up feeling stuck, frustrated, and disappointed because they aren't progressing towards their goals. They may settle for a life of comfort, but comfort doesn't lead to fulfillment. If we want to live a life of purpose and growth and success, we must be willing to embrace the discomfort of failure. We must be willing to take risks and make mistakes and learn from them. The alternative is a life of stagnation, a life which we really never reach our full potential. Ultimately, the key to success in business, in life, in relationships, in everything, it lies in becoming a person of action. It's about developing the courage to take risks, try new things, and embrace failure as part of the process. Action is what moves us forward, and failure is what teaches us how to improve. When you continue to fail, you continue to grow. By taking action, even in the face of failure, you build the skills and the resilience and the self-confidence needed to achieve your goals. Embracing failure, it's not just a strategy for success. It's a pathway to becoming the best version of yourself. So with all of that being said, the next time you face the possibility of failure, don't shy away from it. Embrace it. And I know this takes time to really get that perspective, but I promise you, it will help you so much. Know that every failure is a stepping stone towards success, and that by failing, you're building the confidence and strength needed to succeed in the long run. I hope that you found this helpful. This is one of my favorite topics, and maybe it's because I have failed a lot and I feel like I've mastered failure because I've done it so much. But I also know it's important to success. I know that it is just a stepping stone, and I know that it gets me closer to that. So I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you on the next episode. Let's not stop the party here. Head on over to my Instagram or Facebook group, Redefine Your Business, and let me know your thoughts about today's show. I will see you again, same time, same place, next week.